I wasn't planning to do a reading tonight, but I just felt this pull, like somebody is really trying to get a message through. And even though I was going to take the entire day off, I guess I'm here. So I went to shuffle my deck and the Tower card came out. So someone is really struggling today. There's a Tower moment that they've experienced. I feel like it might be a spiritual one, not necessarily a physical one. And I think it has something to do with the feeling of home. Feeling like they are missing out on that feeling of having a home, having someplace to be, someplace warm, someplace safe. This could be somebody that's actually experiencing issues with being unhoused, but I think it's more, like I said, a spiritual thing. Like they feel like they don't really have a home. And I would guess that this person is the masculine energy. We have a King of Swords here in the snow, which is interesting because I was saying like they don't feel warm. They feel like they've had to cut themselves off from their emotions in order to, I think, accomplish something is what I'm getting. But what we see in this image is a little difficult to see, but we see all these butterflies here and these swans. And in the story, in this Prism of Visions deck, there are these swans that are like these, become these beasts. And it's almost like this person is trying to transform this right now. So I think that there is somebody who really wants to have like a family, a home, a commitment, but they have been afraid of it. And because they've been afraid of it, they've kind of kept themselves out of this warmth. They're like in the cold. And they're recognizing that if they hadn't cut themselves off from connections, romantic connections, they would be able to experience that warm, safe, good feeling, being with family, friends, family. I'm really getting that as a very dominant desire or something that they have within them. The Five of Swords here is giving me the energy of defeat. So this person kind of gave up on maybe making this happen. And I think there's a lot of regret coming from that right now. There's the regret. I don't make it up. The Five of Cups is literally the card of regret in some way. It's sadness. It can be depression. It's pessimism. But the light in the card is that there are these two cups here. So even though this person feels this regret, feels this sadness, they still hold out this hope for this connection they have with you, I would guess, that they haven't been able to bring to its fulfillment in the physical. Two of Pentacles. They really need to make a change. They need to get their priorities straight because I don't think that they have had their priorities straight. The King of Wands, or I'm sorry, the Queen of Wands here, I think is significant because they are in this energy of the King of Swords. And this card is clarifying here. This is such different energy. It's fiery, it's passionate, it's hot. This is literally icy cold. This is somebody who's not afraid of their emotions at all. Sometimes their emotions might even run away with them. And I think that your person is kind of like has this energy within them that is activated by their connection with you. Like your magnetic pull for them brings out that part of themselves that I think they really fear to a certain extent because it isn't something that you can easily control. So Knight of Wands energy for me coming in under the Five of Swords is really recognizing that one of the reasons that they had to basically admit defeat in this connection with you is because you were the Queen of Wands and they were only the Knight. And as the Knight of Wands, they really weren't at your level of mastery. And they were hot and cold. Their passion, I think it was fleeting. And not with you, but probably with energy from their past. So I really think that this person is recognizing that the reason that they walked away from you is because of, or you, perhaps you walked away from them, is because of their immaturity. But I think in most cases they understood their own immaturity. They like were protecting you from themselves. We have the Six of Wands here and the Three of Pentacles. I do think this person, though, is going to be victorious over this energy of regret. I think that they are going to... it's interesting because of the home thing. And the reason why I felt home from the Tower is because when I went to do this reading initially, the Three of Pentacles came out. But I wasn't really ready, so I put it back in the deck. And then when the Tower card came out and I saw this house here, I knew that there must be something because of the windows in this image. I knew that there must be something about this, in particular, the Tower moment has to do with not feeling like they have this safe space, this feeling of being at home. And there's also with the Six of Wands something about public acknowledgement. So I actually think that this regret is really pushing them. Now, normally for the Six of Wands, we don't see someone in a boat. Normally we see someone in a boat in the Six of Swords. The Six of Swords, they're traveling. And so I think it's interesting that in this deck, there is this boat imagery here. And the idea of movement and motion. And then the Three of Pentacles is all about building a sanctuary, a safe space, about things happening in the 3D, about collaboration and cooperation and teamwork. So I actually think that this person is really seen the light, and it's like, okay. So in the United States right now, we just had a holiday. And I like the kind of energy of this reading is somebody that didn't really get to experience the holiday in the ideal way that we like, see holidays celebrated. There is something that they felt was missing, or maybe they didn't even get to celebrate, or they were alone, or they were with, it was just not what they want. It's not what they want. What they want is to be able to be with you, to have these life events occurring by your side, so that they're sharing these things with someone. And I think that they were recognizing that if they don't change their energy around being able to be committed to you, who they're deeply drawn towards, deeply pulled towards, absolutely magnetized, if they don't rise to that level, they're not going to ever have what they feel this grief around that they don't have now, right? There's a feeling of loss or lack, and they know that they must change, particularly in regards to communication, in order for you to be able to spend the next event, holiday together, right? We do see the Knight of Pentacles here, which is a very slow, steady moving energy. It's a card about perfection, but also stability and reliability and persistence. And I'm seeing it really as persistence. I think this has been a long time that going on between the two of you, but this person is so persistent. They're not ever letting this go. I think they also have been withholding in the past because of this felt that came out in reverse. So I do think that there could be, some energy around a Queen of Pentacles. It could be maybe they had a partner at another time, or maybe it's a mothering energy, but some fear around feminine energy, or not knowing how to be nurturing with themselves or tapping into their abundance. Something about that has been why this journey has taken so long. But I do see things changing. I think this regret is making a big difference with this person. So that's what I have for you tonight. I hope everyone did have a lovely holiday that celebrated. And if you need me, you know where to find me.